Hi everybody, and welcome to video 2 in our French Florals series. Now, when we left off, we were going to take a break and do all of our stenciling and inking, and I still have ink on my fingers even though I have scrubbed my hands twice, so you'll have to excuse that. This is what I ended up with. I used the stencil that I showed you before, and I did it around the edges, and then I stamped the tabs, just the tabs, the fronts and the backs, and I think it looks pretty cool. The only problem I had was this is my third one of these. I messed up the first one when I was inking. You know, like on these, you stop at the edge and then you ink both sides because they're going to be glued together. Well, the gusset is on the top here, and I'm just merrily going along and I'm inking right up to the gusset. And then this was blank, and I thought, all right, well, I'll just stamp it and stamp up the side, you know, like this. And that looked terrible. It looked awful. So then I did a second one, and I totally messed up the stamp on this area right here. And I was like, you must be kidding me. I was cursed. So this is the third one, and we're going to start gluing these guys together, and then we're going to work on the cover. Okay? We're going to use magnets, of course. Whoops. Dropped the glue. And so I'm going to get those out so I don't forget. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, even though I stenciled everything, we're going to glue these two together. And I don't want a side pocket because I don't want another tab sticking out here. Then we're going to glue this and make a great big top pocket so we can put a great big giant card and slide it down in. Okay, so we're going to take these two. Let's see, there's a tab on this one. I'm going to glue them together. Yeah, and the tab will stick out. Almost tempted to cut this off some more so the tab sticks out more. You know what I mean? We can still glue it together as a pocket. But if I cut it off right here, re-rounded the corners, and inked it, I think it would look better with this tab sticking out by itself rather than it being covered by half. Do you see what I mean? You see how that looks? That doesn't really look very good, even though it's going to be a pocket like this. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, does it? Because the front one's going to cover it. Then you open it. Should we make a pocket? Worst case scenario, I have to make another one. Oh, that looks much better, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to re-round the corners. See, I stenciled really big, so that's fine. I just have to re-ink that end. Everything I had for the front. I'm hoping we don't need anything to tie it shut. Okay. Now we're going to glue this side, the shorter side, to this one. And we're going to glue it. I was going to make a top pocket, but now that it's like this, I think we should glue a side pocket. Because if we have a tab or whatever, it can stick out here. Okay, let's do that. So we're gonna glue along here. Well, that didn't help, did it? Okay, so it's going to open like this. Oh yeah, see, that looks a lot better. Now we have a big giant pocket here. Okay, there's a big giant pocket here. And turn it. And we'll have to glue these two together using just this gusset area. This will be interesting. What do you think? Never done one like this before, that's for sure. Something new. I filled my glue bottle. A little carried away with the glue. And then these will turn like this. Okay, so we're going to have to glue this gusset as well. Or are we? So we'll turn this and this. I did this one all as I stenciled all of that one on purpose. I was going to possibly do something with it, but then you can kind of see the line right there where the stenciling comes together. I don't know, it depends on what I do on there. Anyway, so then we've got this, and then when we close these, we flip the whole thing over. And we've got this, and this, and then this is the back. Okay, it's a little odd here in the center. If we turned around and glued this, then we would have this and this. Why does that look like I didn't ink it right there? Okay, so do I want to do that? That messes up the stenciling on this side. So I want to go ahead and let it go like that. We'll just let it do that weird flip-flop thing in the center, because you can see right there. And then it's got these two sets of flaps on it. It's kind of weird, kind of different. I think we should leave it. Okay, so now on the cover, I was thinking and I was inking. I was inking and thinking about doing this large envelope on the cover. Cutting the envelope down. Yeah. So that this side fit. And we have to trim this because that white is showing. And I don't know where that white came from. Should we use this side then? Yeah, we could. So we want this to have that much of a lip. And then this is going to be here. I'm going to have to re-ink that whole end. We're not going to put a window in it, I don't think. And this is going to be the cover image. Let's cut it off. Actually, I think I did decide to put a window in it. That's what that cream colored paper's for. That's to line it, stencil it. I guess I could do it here. Cut it a little short. But we've got that white. The light's flickered again. still didn't get it all. Well, maybe I can ink it. We're going to do the center anyway. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it where these words go up the side. So let's cut it here and here. And then we'll narrow it down from that. We may have to cut this envelope a little teeny bit shorter. There's a nice scrap. Okay. Still too long. Top. Yeah, now I cut it too short. Still think that looks just a smidge long. Okay, that seems fine. Let's see what kind of all of my regular rectangles are, none of them are big enough. That's kind of an interesting thought. Never used these before. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? I'd rather do one size bigger. I think that'll work. Okay, let's glue the paper on and ink it. Okay, the other way around. I like the way this color turned out. Kind of vintage it up a little bit instead of using something brighter. Let's make it look older. Now instead of taking this apart, I think I'm going to slide this in I'm going to try. Let's glue this on. So now okay. Get out my favorite green tape. Okay, and it moved. Out comes the big shot. Get everything lined up on here. We're going to have the shaking and the banging. As I crank it through the machine. For a minute there in my mind, I thought I had the blade the wrong way. One of those thoughts, you know. Since I had been having trouble with the cover anyway. Oh, nice. Of course, those were the flowers I wanted to keep on. I wanted that higher up. This will make a pretty card. Darn it. I forgot. I never did cut the ephemera out. I'll do it after this video. It's pretty much time for chat. Okay. Sorry for the reach. What did I do? Did I cut it the wrong way? Either way, that puts a big black dot right in the center. way again. Can't believe I cut that one the wrong way. Yes, it's the middle of June and I'm wearing a sweater. Well, after all that went rather well. Now, should we just leave it as a top pocket? Could. Except I left extra over here to cut it off. Shoot. And we'll glue this. Glue it back together. And we'll cut it for the pocket and then we'll do the inside. I'm gonna get, maybe I might get the 2 or the 12 millimeter magnets. They're a little bit bigger around. instead of 10 millimeter around, they're 12, but they're still only 1 millimeter thick. So these are 10 mm by 1 mm magnets, okay? And you can get them on Amazon for about $10 for 100. Okay, now let's do the inside. If we do this right, we'll have enough, I think, for the insides of a couple of envelopes. Well, that wasn't close. It's because of the glue up there. What is going on up there? Paper flying everywhere. So here I am seriously working, not saying a word to you at all. I'm sorry. So now let's double check this. Okay, I'm going to take it back out. We're going to get our stencil back out. We're going to stencil it. I so did not want to do this anymore. Yeah, this stencil's a little difficult to work with. If I had thought, I would have washed it off. And the reason it's okay to leave a little bit on the edge there is because it's going to be inside the envelope. This is what I dealt with the whole time I did the manila folder. I'm gonna have to remember that about these ones that are big. They have the thin areas. Okay. Very nice. Let's check it and see what we think. Ah, I like it. Okay. All we have to do is glue it. Yeah, I do wish I had put this up higher by about 3/4 of an inch. Then we would have had that blue flower part of it, or more of it, and less of this here. But we do have stuff we can put up there. Okay, so now we want to look at, before we do the back, because I actually haven't figured out what paper I was going to put on the back. I could put this on the back. With an acetate pocket maybe. I have some root beer. Well, let's get this front paper cut. Let's trim it a little bit and get that white off. I don't know what my printer was doing. Okay. Now, I want to make sure to get all of this on if I can. I'm going to turn it over this way. And I want to be able to see my stenciling. And we're going to cut it here, I believe. And then we'll see what it looks like with the tab. We may still have to trim it back a little more. There's a pretty scrap. Yeah, we're going to have to cut it back just a little bit. Because I would like to see this whole stencil. Gonna ink it. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to print the these again. So we're not going to have enough by far. That's okay, because by using different parts, then it will look different. I wanted to see more. There's so much right here, so okay, glue this to here, and then we'll put the magnet on the back. Now, where do we want this to be? I think we want it up towards the top so we can see this flower. In fact, let's just put it right up at the top. We can see this flower. It matches this area here. And then we can put something across here. Okay. Let's do the magnet. Now let's double check. Did I ink everything? Okay. Because we did cut this off, didn't we? Did I ink it? It looks like I did. Okay, I will put the piece of paper on the back. Let's get this glued on. Very large piece of paper. We'll get this on. What's going on? Forgot to tape the magnet. What a goofball. So I flipped it over and it was stuck right there. Okay. Yeah, see, I wish I had gone over a little further. The only thing we can do to fix that is to lose some of our stenciling on the edge over here. But I think it looks better. You know, it looks better to see that little bit of a edge. Get a little bit of glue from sliding it. Okay. Right. Something a little different. A little out of the ordinary. Okay. So we're going to end this for this video here. I'll put some paper on the back here. Just remember, you want to run, when you glue the paper, you want to glue the paper around the edges and then make sure it seals with that. You may have to put some glue under here. In fact, you'll have to. Otherwise, you won't be able to glue it shut. There's not enough room when you glue paper on to have it glue that shut. So you'll have to go ahead and do it. Okay, so just put some paper on the back of the envelope, and then when we come back, we'll decide what we want to do as far as pocket, belly band, another little flip out, or whatever it is we want to do. Okay? All right, well, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.